cool stuff. We're going to talk about this. So what happens with people is their liver gets filled up and that filter's stuffed and clogged, and then it starts to become dysfunctional, and then it doesn't produce the bile it needs to produce to break down your fats, and then it starts to weaken, and it's over 2,000 chemical functions start to become dysfunctional. And so now your liver's only running on 700 chemical functions. Now your liver's only running on 900 chemical functions. Now your liver's only running on 300 chemical functions because your liver is stagnant and sluggish and it's stuck and it's overburdened and overtired. And the 2,000 plus chemical functions that your liver does to keep you healthy, keep you alive, keep your skin looking good, keep you doing good, all that's diminishing. And then over time, you get a fatty liver without even realizing it. People will get a fatty liver. And then your A1C goes up, and then your blood sugar is all over the place. So if you're somebody that's dealing with blood sugar problems and that's what you're living with, and you're always trying to like balance your blood sugar, you're always trying to figure out that magic combination. Well, let me eat this, let me eat that. I'm going to have salmon with a grapefruit. I'm going to have a piece of meat with a celery stick. I'm going to have something with something. I'm going to have sushi with an orange. I'm going to do whatever it is that I'm going to have nuts and seeds with raisins, whatever you're trying to do to balance that blood sugar problem. A lot of people are like, I eat hummus to try to balance it. I eat beans, I eat grains, I eat fruit, I eat vegetables. Everybody's just fighting to balance their blood sugar out there. What they don't realize is they're battling a problem much bigger than what it seems. It's not just about glucose. It's about a liver becoming dysfunctional. So one of the things that happens when your liver becomes dysfunctional is your glucose storage diminishes and starts to disappear. Your glucose storage. So right here in your liver, okay, every time you eat something that has any kind of carbohydrate, any kind of glucose, say fructose in fruit, it goes into the liver and it helps to restore the storage bin down in there. So every time you're eating something with a carbohydrate, because if you don't have a carbohydrate, if you don't have a sugar, if you don't have that fructose or glucose, if you don't have that starch from something, what happens is you don't refill all of your cells with needed energy because our energy derives from sugar. Our brain thrives and lives off of sugar. That's what our brain lives off of. You take sugar away from our brain, it dies in 10 seconds. You take sugar away from the brain, cells start to die in 5 seconds. And it just goes from there. Like as the seconds are counting down, the brain starts to die. So sugar and glucose needs to store into the liver so that your liver's releasing little bits of it, keeping your blood sugar balanced. You hear what I'm going right here, how important this is? Keeping your blood sugar balanced. Your liver is like your blood sugar balancer right there. People don't know that. Instead, they're trying to master a food. They go and biohack foods, and they're trying like, I'm trying to eat this, and at 12 o'clock I'm eating this, and at 1 o'clock I'm eating this, and this. And they're trying to figure out how to keep their blood sugar, their hypoglycemia, their hyperglycemia, blood sugar spikes. They're keeping monitors on themselves. They're all freaked out about their blood sugar. They don't know what's going on. And what's really happening deep down inside is you got a tired liver that doesn't have a glucose storage bin anymore, or the liver's overburdened, stagnant, sluggish, and it's not functioning good enough to release glucose properly. It's not functioning good enough to be able to release spurts of that glucose to keep you strong. So you're not hitting the ground. So you're not, hitting the wall. So you can function and live your life. So your liver needs to actually control that glucose release, and it sends out glucose right into the bloodstream so that you're stable. So what happens is people walk around, they think they have the worst blood sugar problems because it's a blood sugar problem. They're like, it's my pancreas, what's going on? My pre-diabetic, what do I have going on? Meanwhile, it's the liver. It's tired, it's beaten down, it's problematic, it's stagnant, it's sluggish, and that's what's going on. So I want everybody to know that the liver plays a role in so much of your health. Over 2,000 chemical functions, and when it gets stagnant and sluggish, everything starts going wrong. Let's go into a little deeper into it, and we're going to cover some other stuff all around this. So it's critical to know what's going on inside your body. If you don't know what's happening inside your body, you're going to be running around like a chicken with your head cut off, trying to biohack, always looking for an answer, being stuck in the mud. But when you know what's going on and why you're feeling like you do and why you're struggling like you do, and you know why, things can change. You can turn things around. You can heal. You can move forward, and that's critical to know. So back to the liver a little bit. Keeping a strong liver makes it so your HCl is produced and stays strong and breaks down your protein. Critical. Or your protein will sit there and rot in your gut, and you'll have protein gut rot inside your gut, where it'll putrefy and release ammonia and gases. And then you want your liver to be strong to produce strong, ample bile. So the bile can break down and disperse the fats that you're eating when you do eat fat in your food. A weak liver means the bile will actually go rancid with the fats. Your own bile and the fats together will actually join together and putrefy and all go rancid because your bile wasn't even strong enough to break down the fat. So your bile even lost its shelf life. People with weak livers, they end up getting a fatty liver. Liver starts to get toxic and fat. And when the liver is in that condition, all these things can go wrong as well. Another thing with the liver is cholesterol readings when you go and get your blood tests. Liver problems mean cholesterol problems. Right there on its own. High blood pressure, liver problems, unless there's a blockage somewhere. And even then, if there's a blockage somewhere with high blood pressure or heart problems, it starts originally from the liver all the way back in years before it starts with the liver. Keep that in mind. So I don't talk about it enough lately, but in order to stay healthy, we have to keep our livers healthy and strong so we can stay healthy. So cleansing the liver, strengthening it, and bringing it back is key. It's critical for healing. Back to the high that everybody's on. Everybody's chasing a high. I've said this before. People love to chase highs. And when we chase highs and we're stimulated, we're jacked up on our own adrenaline, we weaken our liver even more. Liver Rescue is legendary. It has changed the health of people worldwide. It's changed the medical system. It's changed the health system. Influencers every day all around the world, including on podcasts, are talking about information in Liver Rescue. This is the book that brought liver information to the world no one's ever even heard before. This book right here is worth a read to gain control and empowerment on your health. So let's get to the liver a little bit more, okay? Rejuvenating the liver, bringing the liver back. That is one of the big keys. If you want to take control over your health, it's bringing back the liver. And so many people are, eating better and they're doing better things now out there. And so their liver's improving just from the good things they're doing. It doesn't mean it's getting them out of the woods entirely. So bringing back the liver, getting it out of stagnancy and sluggishness, getting it out of overburdenedness, bringing it back. Key right there to IBS, to bloating, to constipation. So if you're somebody that's out there and you're like, I got hypoglycemia, my blood sugar's all over the place, I'm struggling with that, I got bloating, I got problems, constipation, I got IBS, or I had IBS, or I got gas, or I got all kinds of stitches and cramps, gastritis, diagnosis, maybe somebody with Crohn's colitis, Maybe somebody dealing with that. Ammonia gas leaching through the body. Maybe you smell and getting the liver toxic and everything being all hung up and stuck and sluggish, stagnant. So it's critical to get these things better. So another thing too, let's go into it. A lot of people's livers are inhabited. They're inhabited from pathogens and pathogens. You're sitting inside the liver. Viruses, bacteria, sitting inside the liver, EBVs, HHV6s, cytomegaloviruses, HHV7s, simplex 1, 2, all these different bugs, strep, staph, H. pylori, all sitting inside the liver, making it more stagnant and more sluggish. So eating foods that don't feed those bugs is critical to recovery. So knowing what foods to eat. It's critical to have the information right there, like liver rescue and cleanse to heal. Right there. Important information. Medical medium is not one size fits all. It's customizable with hundreds of healing tool options and protocols to get you better so you understand what is going on. So one of the best places to start if you have bloating is the Medical Medium Morning Cleanse. Check it out when you get a chance, you guys. It's a Medical Medium Morning Cleanse. It's right here in Cleanse to Heal. It's one great place to start if you have any bloating, IBS, any kinds of intestinal tract issues. If you think you have a liver problem, if you've got blood sugar issues too, this is critical right here. Got the mono eating cleanse you can customize to yourself, and you can customize to yourself so many other different cleanses that are in Cleanse to Heal. That is a book you have to have, so make sure you get it when you get a chance, okay?